doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Um, my name is Tracy VA, and we're going to be watching everything that went down today within the Diddy trial. I've been covering the Diddy trial daily. Um, all right, and we're also going to end the show off with music reviews. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, we're gonna just go ahead and just watch this right here.
Want to talk. They're out. They're doing their thing. They got booked out to go to South Africa. They're doing their thing. They don't want to be bothered with Diddy. Cassie's pissed. Be with Gina. Cassie don't want to talk. This is her way to get away from Diddy and just be outside with Cassie. She said she was just so mentally sore and her anxiety. She had scares at night. She was terrified of Diddy because he had told her he was going to kill her. Diddy sent her a text message, bitch. If you don't call me now, get off. Get off. If you don't call me, I'm going to tell everything, you dirty. And don't ever speak to me again. You have 2 minutes. Car, call me right now. Or never speak to me again. And guess what? ABC and all the lawyers. Let's motherfucking go to war, B. And so let's break that down. If you don't call me now, get off. And I'm going to tell everything. And don't ever speak to me again, ho. So what that meant, they asked her, so what does that mean? Well, what that meant was, in her mind, she said, well, that meant he was going to say that remember the grape was consensual. Now, in my mind, I feel like you low key Diddy. Because she was trying to say that she was just knocked out sleep and Diddy had inserted himself inside her. Do I believe she Diddy? Absolutely. But do I feel like it was a no? So Diddy was gonna say, you know what? I'm finna tell her that you let me you. Get off. So that's what she was thinking. She was thinking that, oh my God, he's going to spill the tea that I Tim. But she was trying to say it as, oh, well, he was gonna say that he me and it was consensual, but he really me, because I never told Cassie. And then he said, you have 2 minutes. Kerr. Kerr is obviously Kathy. Your loyalties to me. You work for me. Kerr. Never speak to me again. And ABC. And all the lawyers. Let's go to war. So what that meant, so ABC, he was going to take a show. So she was producing this show on, I guess, ABC. And he was going to say, no, I was going to take the licensing and everything, and he wasn't going to do the show. And he wasn't going to allow her to produce the show. He was going to cancel the show. And eventually, inevitably, the show never came out. So the show was supposed to be on ABC. They were shooting a pilot for it. It had slightly got picked up, but something happened. It never came out. So I guess it really was ABC. So he threatened her, according to her, with the ABC gig, and that was her dream to really produce this show. And she said she felt like he was going to call Cassie and tell her about this they had. Like she wanted to Diddy as well. Okay. So she texted Diddy back and said, I'm inside right now. Okay. They're putting the shirt on Cassie in a fitting. I'm in the room with a lot of people. I will pull her out as soon as I can. Give me An extra 9 minutes, please. And then she said, she just texted you. She just needs your tone to change, Diddy. Diddy said that, call me now. 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 He said about 5 to 10 times. Call me now. Call me now. Then he said, you know what? This. I think it's best that we don't ever talk again. Don't ever call me again. Diddy said that. I think it's just best that you never call me again. Oh, don't call me ever again. And she texts back, I just woke up to a million calls. I was asleep. No response. So then we get into October 17th, 2015. She writes to Diddy, I bought my own ticket with my own money, but I wanted to make sure Cass was okay, but I can't handle or afford the change in flight, like the change fee. I love you, Diddy. Like, basically, can you help me? Like, do you really want me to come? Because it's a 35-hour flight. I don't really want to make that flight if I don't have to. Because Diddy said, you know what, get on this plane and come home now. But she couldn't afford it because she actually ended up paying for her own flight to go with Cassie because she didn't want Cassie to be out there alone. This is what she's saying. Diddy didn't respond. So then she writes, hey there, do you want me to leave or stay with Cassie? Because Cass is upset. But I'm going to make sure I'm doing what you want me to do. Both of your happiness is my priority. She said that because they said, well, why did you say that you wanted to do whatever Diddy wanted you to do? Why did you do that? She said, well, if I didn't do what he wanted me to do, I was afraid I would be, she doing this looking down, stupid. I was afraid I would be fired or suspended. And I would felt like I would have been emotionally, physically, mentally, and verbally abused. They said, well, why are you telling Diddy that you love him after he raped you? You telling him you love him in these emails and he raped you. She said, I had to tiptoe around him just to appease him. So she basically saying she had to tiptoe. She was still telling that she loved him because, you know, she had to do so. So when she got back from South Africa, they had removed her from working inside the house with Diddy. She actually ended up working at the corporate offices, right? So she wasn't around Diddy anymore because she wasn't working at the house. They said, well, how did that do for your job? Did it make your job easier? Did it make your job harder? What did it do? Well, she said it made my job really hard because I couldn't get the answers that I needed or I get the approvals if I wasn't right there. Also, I had a hard time gauging his attitude, and it made me feel defeated, incompetent, and like I was just ruining all of my relationships. And I wrote, ooh, she's great at using buzzwords. She said, I was mortified, all because she wasn't working in the office. No, 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 girl. They were phasing you out, or you were feeling away. So she was using good, big buzzwords, defeated, incompetent, mortified. scared. You know what I mean? She said she was just so mortified because the job was just so hard. Then they said, well, who was the part of HR? It was Basha. She was the head of HR. Tony Baez Fletcher and Sandy. Those are all people that were a part of HR. So she said she got a letter, or one time she said she got a letter, and I guess apparently the letter said that she had been suspended, but she had got suspended for oversleeping because she never slept for days. She's just so tired. She never slept. She was mortified, humiliated, defeated, depleted. Now we move to, so she was suspended. Now we get to March 31st, 2011. So apparently she was supposed to be putting out some clothes for Diddy, some workout gear, and it was supposed to be, she was putting them, laying them out. It really wasn't her job to do, but she was supposed to give Diddy some options to wear. I guess he was going somewhere with some workout gear. She was supposed to put the clothes out for Diddy, right? This is March 31st. They're just painting a picture of how she was overworked, underpaid, and treated like trash, and how he was just so mean to her. She was so fearful. They're trying to do the RICO and the coercion, the racketeering and the trafficking and all of that. She was so afraid. She was scared. She was getting beat up. She was getting all of these things, right? They said that Diddy cursed her out because he felt like she didn't put out enough clothes, enough options for him to wear. He said he screamed at her and cursed her out. You stupid, dumb bitch. And I said, really? And he said, what happened when he screamed at you? She said, I don't remember, but it was violent. So you remember you didn't put out enough clothes. He screamed at you, cursed you out. You don't know what happened, but what you do know is it was violent. I don't know about you, but if I remember it was violent, I remember what he did to me that was violent. So you don't remember, but you know it was violent. Oh, okay. So I guess she had called James Cruz, the head of manager. And I guess he wanted some. He was a manager over at Bad Boys, and this was March 20. This was in March. He wanted some Kids Choice Awards tickets, and he said, "Well, who do I contact?" And Mia said, "I don't know. He's currently firing me right now." He said I talked back to him too much because he didn't like the workout gear he picked out. So now he's sending me home. So it was some workout gear. He didn't like it. He was getting fired. She, she said, he's a fucking psycho. He went shit crazy on me. She sent a message to D Rock. She sent an email to the head of manager. She was just telling everybody, like, he's cursing me out. He's mad at me. So I said, basically, she was sending everyone emails venting about what happened with Diddy. So she was just telling everybody she was so scared and afraid, and he was just doing all this stuff to her. So then that day, she got a call from Basha, and it just said a letter, you have been suspended without pay. She said, well, why? This was March 25th, 2011. She said, because Diddy said so. That's just how it goes. Diddy said you're suspended with no pay. Gotta go. There's no documentation. It's no reasoning why. It's just you have been suspended until further notice. After all of that, she still came back and worked for Diddy until 2011, 2017. They said, well, why would you come back after you were being cursed out and all this stuff? She said, well, I tried to leave, but I couldn't. She said, Diddy would have my reputation destroyed. I guess they went on a trip to St. Bart's. Diddy had chartered a yacht. Diddy told her, hey, I need you to count this money for me. She said it wasn't $100. It was way more than $100, whatever amount of cash it was. And so she said that Diddy told her, hey, I got this money. I need you to count this cash. She was counting too slow. And Diddy said, "Bit, what a, because you counting so slow, you stupid, incompetent B." Then she said that out of nowhere, Diddy chased her outside all over the yacht. He was running behind her saying, "You stupid B, count the money faster." She said she was running all over the yacht, panicking, frantic, scared. And as he was running and chasing her, he told her, "Bitch, you better learn how to walk on water and get the fuck out, you stupid bit." And so she said she ran towards the water because Diddy said you can't even count. So, bit, I hope you can walk on water because you're going to get the fuck out, you stupid bit. And he chased her out. I'm like, yo. I'm like, what? And so she said she ran and jumped on the third level of the yacht and just went and hid. She was in, like, I don't know, the workers' quarters, and she had hid because she didn't count and she didn't know how to walk on water. But one thing she did know is he told her, you got to get the fuck out. And she said she tried to escape the yacht. She was on the third floor, and Diddy was climbing up the stairs, like the ladder up to her. And when she saw Diddy, she dashed into the crew cabin. And she actually had somebody drop her off. I think they were trying to take her to another boat, a tiny boat or a little island nearby. It was something like that. But once she left and got off the boat, she got a call. And Diddy had said, B, you better come back. Plus, she couldn't go far because she had left her passport on the boat. But all she knew is that she didn't know how to walk on water. He told her hoes to change her plans. Go to the car. You're going with me to Vegas. We're going to Vegas on a private jet. It's me and you. Then Diddy got on the phone with the head of HR, and according to her, was making up a bunch of false scenarios of what happened that day, saying that she didn't know how to count right, and she was moving slow, and she was doing that, and she said he was saying, and she just kept messing up, and she was just her fault. Diddy was like, venting about how tough she was doing, and she said, "Well, Diddy, Puff, that didn't happen. I mean, what are you talking about?" She said she kept trying to interrupt him and say, "That's not what happened, but you told me to do this. You said to do that." And she said, Diddy said, "Bitch, shut the fuck up. I'm not talking to you." And she jumped. then passed the phone and talked to Michelle and said, "You deal with her. Deal with her." And passed her the phone, talked to the HR, said, "You deal with this B." And the head of HR said, "Just do what he says. Just do what he says." Okay. In the fall of 2016, she talked to Brian. I guess Brian was the COO. I don't know if it was a COO of Revolt or whatever was going on, but he was in New York. Brian Offit. He was a CEO. Okay. Revolve Films is where she was supposed to be working at. Revolve Films. It's different than um the other stuff they got. What is it? I don't know what he is. Revolt, no, Revolt Films, not Revolve, Revolt Films. So it ended. And Diddy just was like, you know what? I'm over it. I don't want to do it. I'm moving on. We're doing different things. And this is just not in my wheelhouse anymore. We're not doing this. And we've decided that this is over. And they said, well, how did you feel in 2016 that Diddy ended things like that? She said, I felt betrayed.